Welcome, everybody, to today's episode of The Lindsay Elmore Show. Imagine if you could truly be free from the burdens of your past, knowing who you are and having the confidence to face every circumstance. In Jen McCraw's new book, she digs deep to uncover the real reasons that you're struggling and feeling stuck. Today, I talk to her about the pathway, a step-by-step guide that will help you to release trapped emotions that are making you physically and emotionally sick. Let's get to the show. Welcome to the Lindsay Elmore Show, a podcast for people who deserve to be healthy, with honest, open, and enlightening conversations with doctors, thought leaders, creatives, and spiritual gurus. You'll walk away with simple and tangible tips and tricks that allow you to live your healthiest life so you can pursue your dreams, overcome obstacles, and leave your mark. Jen McCraw first felt called to healing in middle school. During high school, she set her sights on medical school. This led her to pursue a pre-med degree in biomedical science at Texas A&M University. But Jen's plans abruptly changed when she met her husband. Even while raising and homeschooling 4 daughters, Jen always felt called to heal. When Jen was first introduced to essential oils, she began to see how the call to healing would soon play out in her life. The more that she practiced anointing and praying over people, the more she learned about helping them to release emotional trauma and how that very often leads to physical healing. Her life looks a lot different than what she expected, but she continues to develop methods and strategies that help people to release the things that truly hold them back from the person they were created to be. She recently finished authoring The Pathway to Emotional Healing. With more than 140 pages in the book, it has detailed explanations of how emotions cause physical disease, instructions on how to release emotional traumas, and scriptural affirmations and essential oil applications. Jen McCraw, welcome to the Lindsay Elmore Show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here.
You and I share a lot in common in the heart space because we genuinely and truly believe that the body desires to be well, and that most of the time the healing comes not only in addressing the physical manifestations, but the mental manifestations and the mindset, as well as allowing some divine flow to happen. And everybody has their own interpretations of what spirituality means to me, but you and I are here to talk today because we both agree that you absolutely have to have body, mind, and spirit to truly be well. So tell us what you have learned in your studies about the connection between our emotions and our physical health.
Sure. I really feel like our emotions determine our physical health. And if we leave that part out and we just address the physical things that we deal with, you might have some semblance of healing, or it might be temporary healing. But until you really get to the root of the emotional connections for your physical manifestations, you really won't see true healing. I think it's absolutely necessary to see healing to address those emotions.
So, how do you think that emotions make us physically sick? And how do you think they can bring us back from being physically unwell?
That's such a good question. The word emotion actually comes from emotere, which means energy in motion. And it's all about energy. our spirit is the living part of our bodies is made of energy, just like every other bit of matter in the universe is made of energy. And our emotions are energy in motion. And when we have negative emotions in our body, they actually exist and take up space somewhere and cause a disruption of the natural flow of our energy throughout our bodies. And wherever that disruption is where you're going to have a physical symptom that goes along with it. So when we address that and when we bring it into the light and when we release those emotions, that negative energy, healing can be restored. I believe our bodies want to heal themselves. That's what our bodies were created to do. God created us to be able to heal on our own without any outside intervention. And we just have to remove those energetic disruptions that are preventing our bodies from doing what they were designed to do.
Okay. All right. For some of our listeners, this is really far-fetched because the Western medicine has really taught us that everything is simply a physical symptom. But in the origins of Eastern medicine, everything is just energy. It's the beginning and the end point of everything. So how did you make this tie together of actually being able to look at a physical symptom, be it thyroid disorder, be it brain fog, be it anger, be it whatever it is, and actually tie it to an emotion? What traditional healing modalities did you use? Did you bring in any traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurveda, or is this all really your own spiritual understanding because of all of the work that you've done?
I mean, it was really a process for me. I lost when I started using essential oils and started using essential oils on myself and on my family and applying them to other people. It was a new experience for me the first time I laid hands on someone and became aware of their energy and felt what that actually feels like. And I know that I'd probably been feeling it all my life and just didn't acknowledge it, didn't know what that was until I practiced more and more and understood that's what I was feeling. And I've always been very sensitive to crowds and things along those lines, and being around people that, people with just bad mojo or a negative vibe, it really would bring me down. And I know now that that's because I'm sensitive to feeling other people's energy. And so that's where it stemmed from me, was being able, just the physical touch, and even not even necessarily having to physically touch someone, but being in their same space and sensing their energetic, whether it's high or low, their energetic field, and then just realizing how that's so connected to the people that have physical ailments and people that are sick, very sick. Their energy has a definitive. I mean, it's so palpable how much different their energy is from someone who is well.